make sure.
It's on. I see it. Red. It says record.
All right, because you got some good eyes there. All right. Welcome, everybody, back to the new edition. What episode 7? Seven? I'll know once I see the doggone thing. But yeah, episode 7. So just that we got here, I'm going to give ourselves a nice little round of applause.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Yes. How have you been this week, Chris?
This week has been great. Start of
Start
camp.
Oh, it started this week?
No. Just started another week. Now we run summer camp every week.
Since when do you start? When do you go and start that?
Kids usually have that first Friday off. The last Friday of school, we usually do a day camp for them and start that Monday.
Okay.
We run 11 weeks this year because Fulton County decided to add an extra week on at the end. So did we. This year we're doing.
Never be mad for extra money.
Nah, never be mad. And this year, because 4th of July falls on a Thursday, I can still do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday camp and fall weekend.
Okay.
So we're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And that's well, you know what? There you go. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Get that money, buddy.
Smart businesses.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of us.
It's been kind of a slow week this week. So
it has.
Yeah, I text you earlier. I was like, man, what topics we got this week? Because it's kind of slow.
It's been thin.
If y'all got used to the 2-hour podcast, y'all.
Yeah, good luck.
It's not
Holiday
week. This week. We're gonna get in and get out. We actually shooting like 2 hours earlier than we normally do, but and so Chris can enjoy his day.
Adjusted schedule at the dojo, man.
Exactly.
We make it work. I got one event that I saw. Enrique Letona won Openweight at the Warriors of the South event in Mexico. And him and his brother Jason and Manuel from Venezuela, they won teams at the Warriors of the South event in Mexico. I do not remember which city.
All right, so there you guys get
clap it up. The Letona brothers.
Yeah, I had no idea there was a tournament this weekend. I was like,
man, scanning through the book this morning. I saw Enrique. Somebody posted something about Enrique, so I translate and read it, and that's what I got. Searched a little bit more, and that's all I got, though. Listen,
I have no idea
it was
what
in
they're
Spanish,
saying.
man. I hit the translate. Thank you, Facebook.
You don't speak another language?
I speak enough to get around when I'm there.
Okay, so when you were in Costa Rica, you said some things.
Yeah. I got around. I could speak enough to get around.
Okay.
Bathroom, chicken. Airport. Listen, the basics, because you gotta have something to eat.
I mean, pollo is.
Exactly. Nah.
It's like, you pollo. I need some pollo. Like, yeah, what? All right, yeah. Some carne asada.
You know something.
Hey, look, man.
But then they ask
Rosetta
more.
Stone. Look, I started Rosetta Stone. I don't know, 2005. 2006.
How's that working?
Every year, it's my New Year's resolution.
Every year. Listen, though,
I'm gonna learn.
You are one step ahead of me because every year my New Year's resolution is to buy the Rosetta Stone.
Look, I got that thing, and I done spent money on it, and I have I think I even did the online joint so you can have it on your phone, so I can be at work and
nice.
catch it. But I still have not.
I gotta go to classes. I gotta go sit down.
I need to do some like immersive talk. What I need is somebody who actually is going to be learning Spanish with me, so I can actually speak Spanish to him and then practice it, and we can just be going back and forth as opposed to me.
So you getting at something?
Huh?
You want to be a buddy?
Yeah, actually, I probably need to. I probably need to go online and get on Colombian Twitter or something, and be like, yo,
I don't know about
just
Colombia.
talk to just talk. They speak Spanish in Colombia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just say, you might learn some different things from Colombia.
Hey, that's. I need all of that.
Information.
Yeah, I need
knowledge
all of
is
that.
power.
Exactly. I know how to say it in English, so I might as well know how to say it in Spanish. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So what else?
Man, I got the UFC on ESPN. I didn't really catch.
Yep, I didn't watch that either.
I saw the highlights.
You know what I was doing for Saturday?
What?
Working.
Yeah.
Dude, we had the last 6 months we have been trying to put this application out. We redesigned the whole doggone system, and we had to get it out before July 1st. So on Saturday, I got in there at 7:30 a.m. and was working till like 6:30 p.m. and just trying to get this thing finally out. It was all of us, the whole team. And so, when I got done, I literally had, one day this weekend as a as my weekend. It was just one day, so I had put in a whole 11 hours.
That's what's up. So what did you do on your one day?
Nothing. No, I worked out. That's what I did.
Oh, that's good.
I worked out.
Yeah, we did a Sunday sparring this Sunday. It was Kev, Dev, and we had a young man from our Tequila Dojo came.
Okay, I saw a post. As I ain't got a set fight with Brian. I meant to ask you about that.
I did. I saw that.
Yeah. So are you the trainer now? You gonna be Zion's trainer?
I don't train anybody. I mean, he comes down. He's more than welcome to come down and work out.
Right. Every Tuesday he comes down here to get some extra work.
Down on Tuesday every once in a while. Yeah. I thought he was gonna come on Sunday. Shout out Zion, where you was at, man.
Hey man, I ain't mean to put you on blast. I just like, yo, you're gonna be getting that training in, cause you got Brian. That's been like 2 weeks too. I think it's like next week.
Yeah. So hits in a couple weeks.
So he, man, he gonna have to get some last minute push this week.
He should clean up because Brian's got a little bit of weight on him. So you know what I mean, that's gonna be, that plays a factor in when you got two guys that like legs.
Have you been to the hit? I haven't been.
I have never been to hit.
Okay. I was just curious how it is and how
I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen live streams from it, so it seemed pretty well organized.
Straight fight,
set match promotions and stuff. I mean, we've discussed that setup before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too far into it, but
no, but it's good. Yeah, it works out.
Enjoy all of that. Goodness.
Exactly. So I mean, that's it. Like I said, the UFC thing popped off.
Who fought in the UFC this weekend?
Francis Ngannou, I think that's how you say his name, and Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos got TKO round 1, and then Joseph Benavidez beat how you say his name? Formagia. I don't know, man.
Give me a line. do not get me to line at all.
I haven't really watched it in a while, like unless somebody I know is fighting. It's kind of not exciting anymore.
Yeah, I mean, well, they do it every week basically at this point.
It's like a karate tournament.
Yeah, so it's just like, all right, it's just the way it goes. So it is what it is on that one, man. I have no idea. But okay, so who you taking, Zion or Brian? Zion or Brian?
It can be
Zion or Brian.
Man, it depends on which one shows up.
Zion or Brian?
Zion.
Oh, dang it.
It's not Zion, man. It's
man,
not Williams.
That Brian.
We've been watching this draft, man. You've been watching these free agencies.
Oh, right.
You've been watching NBA.
All right, Zayn.
Zayn.
I'm just going to keep butchering it. I'm not saying Zayn, though. I'm making progress. It's Zayn. All right, but so you're taking Zayn or Brian?
Man, that's oof. I'll probably have to go with Zayn just because I see him constantly, so I'm watching game improvements. But man, Brian's tough. He can score hands or feet. He's getting better, slowly improving his game. So I mean, it's kind of a toss up. But since we work together, I'm going with Zayn, slapping him with the legs, slapping him.
There you go. All right, he put it out there for you. So we go. He in this corner training. That's just like what he's supposed to do. He's a trainer. So that's exactly what he's supposed to do.
He's an older trainer now.
Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. You was
key on that all day. Like I don't coach.
Now. Y'all work at the same dojo.
I ain't going to argue with you, man. I ain't going to argue with you, Trav.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the other set fights from Hit? I kind of want to look them up now, see what other ones they got.
No, I didn't see any. What I did see coming out of Florida was a bid put up a video of him rapping with no music, so we didn't hear what he was saying, but he said it was gonna come soon.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, all right. I'm interested in. Have you?
His brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I know Abdul, Abeda's brother. Yeah, he's nice.
So all right, there we go.
He's nice.
So who you taking in that versus Tsunami Tommy, aka James Poor?
That's two different styles. Like that's that's not even.
We gonna set
up
a battle with them.
He set a battle.
Yeah, we gonna set up a battle. Let them go at it. Like yo, hit 16, just like them
Cypher straight up.
Like
go trick battle.
Yeah.
All right, rap battle back on.
Yeah, rap battle. Go ahead. Put it down. See who the top person coming out of the sport karate. Yeah,
we got bars.
Yeah, we gonna see which one of y'all gonna destroy the other one. I want to see who else gonna pop up there. I want to see who else is rapped. I just got a feeling that I know some other people that probably dabbled in the music business.
There's got to be a bunch of them.
I'm sure.
I don't.
I'm sure
I
there
got
are.
nothing. I got no skills.
Yeah, I'm sure there. I'm trying to think. If I can remember, I was gonna be like, yo, yeah. I remember you back in the day. You was out there trying to
freestyle
spit.
in the back.
Yeah. I know some people who always do it, and I just be like, like, man, I swear, I rode with Jermon from South Carolina, like straight up. And then he just would not stop. Like, the whole way. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. Jermon just started, yo, I'm in the car with Chad. And I'm like, yo, fam, do not do this for 5 hours. You better not do this for 5 hours.
I got 5 minutes in
here. Yeah,
that's it, maybe.
And then I'm like, all right, he gonna do what he gotta do.
He's just got to get it out of his system.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've been on that same ride.
Look.
From South Carolina.
Yes. I think we're going to Charleston. Jermon rapping. I'm just like,
Jay.
Like, yo.
Jay. Wiggy.
Stop.
Like, just leave it alone.
Just stop. Like, yes. Yeah, like he's straight from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Oh, man. You got to be dying now.
All right, so what else we got?
Florida, U.S. Open.
Yeah, U.S. Open is this weekend. I'll be there in a capacity.
Well.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Guaranteed I'll be there Friday. You know what you're going to do. You just might. You like the dude who was in the video who was trying to keep his kid. just come on, we got our first guest on the scene.
First guest. There we go. Malachi, say hi, everybody.
They not gonna say anything?
Nah, he gonna be shy as all get out.
Yeah, just gonna play
with
the play.
Talk. What you got this from your pie? Okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right, see, just embrace it. Yeah. See, there we go. This is pop in the trunk. This is what we do. This is unscripted. This is gonna happen. First guest on the show of the podcast.
You gotta talk. You can't grab the mic. You gotta talk in the mic.
Talk. Not gonna talk.
All right. Talking a little bit.
So, U.S. Open this weekend.
Yeah.
Any favorites you think are going to come out this weekend? Because,
man, I don't even know what teams are coming. From the schedule, have you heard about the schedule?
No.
Okay, so
I know you did say something about.
It's a little different this year. All team events and like specialty events like demo and all that stuff are being run on Thursday the 4th.
Specialty events
like team demo, team sync forms, team fighting, those events.
So team events.
Team events are running from 4 to 8 on the 4th of July.
Okay.
It's not a waffle, it's dough. You're wild.
I love it.
But so that happens on Thursday. All forms events are on Friday. Forms and weapons are on Friday, and all sparring is on Saturday.
Okay.
So.
Wait, say it again. Teams are on Thursday.
Teams are on Thursday.
Friday is?
All forms and weapons.
Okay, all forms and weapons.
Every division.
All right. And then Saturday?
Then Saturday is all fighting divisions, like Openweight and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people aren't going to make it for teams.
Yeah.
Because most,
see, the Martial Arts Super Show is out there in Vegas too.
Correct.
So a lot of people are, that's business. So
yes, of course.
Business trumps tournaments. So
should.
It should. So they out there trying to make sure how their business can grow and networking and different things like that. So yeah. So
So I really don't see a lot of teams going. I know a couple of teams are going, but I don't know.
So I do know Impact's is going. I know my family's going. So, right. I'm trying to think. Of course, the people who are in Florida, of course, more than likely are going to be there.
Most of them will always be there.
Yeah.
So you'll have a lot of the Miami crew, the proper guys, Brian and Ibrahim, and all those guys from down there. Maybe Leo will make an appearance.
I'm pretty sure Paul Mitchell will be there.
Yeah.
Because they usually.
Hey, sir, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take this off the mic, please. Thank you, sir.
And so, so I'm pretty sure they'll be there because they're the sponsor.
Yes.
So they usually are going to be.
They'll be there.
Yeah, they'll be there. And I know
Paul Mitchell will be at the US Open.
So I think the Hungarians usually stay. They used to stay the whole 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For it, so they'll come in for the battle, and then stay to like doing training
they've been here.
and seminars.
I saw pictures of them in LA. So
yeah, and then they'll go to the U.S. Open, which is a great thing to do. If you think about it, like yo, I'm just gonna spend
a vacation.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks out
that's
there.
That's what the U.S. Open is. Honestly, that's why it's such a huge event. I mean, they've done a great job with the tournament, but it's 4th of July weekend in Florida. So it's nice and warm for most people who don't get to that vacation.
Yeah.
You get to go see Disney World. So, I mean, for everybody who hasn't ever been there, who doesn't live in Florida, Disney World is awesome. For the rest of us, I hate Disney.
I was about to say, you from Orlando, you probably just hate the whole experience.
Yeah, I'm done. I was done in 7th grade when every field trip in elementary school was to Epcot Center, Animal Kingdom, Magic, MGM. You know.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Now my mom is from Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
We go down there all the time. We used to go down there every summer we would go down there. You know how many times I've been to Disney World when I was a kid?
Probably once. Never?
Never.
You never?
Well, I went. I guess technically I was still a kid. I was like 15.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was like, I want to go to Disney World. Like
y'all didn't bring me to Disney World when I was 8, man.
When I wanted to go, y'all weren't taking me. Now I'm 15. Like, what I'm gonna do at Disney World? And I did not have fun.
Ride the teacups,
it was hot, man. It was hot out there. I was sitting there like, I was looking around trying to find what little girls to run around and talk to. I was just sitting there. Like,
nobody wanted to talk because everybody was hot.
I was just like, man, this is not it. Like all my cousins couldn't go. I think my cousin had a job. The other cousin was like in like summer school or something like that. So I was just like,
you were solo.
Yeah, I was solo.
Probably with a bunch of little kids.
Yes, the adults. They were like, oh yeah. I'm like, why would I? They were still thinking I'm like 9 or something. Like I'm not impressed by the parade that they have. I was so mad, man. I was mad. Like I was. So when I went, we started going for the U.S. Open, it was like, all right, I'm a grown man now, so it's just like, all right. So now it's like, all right, when I have kids, I'll go take them, make sure I take them.
Right.
You know, since I didn't get the experience, I will make sure I take my kids. But it's just like, Disney World. Like,
magical place.
That for me, it was Cedar Point in Babalo.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Cedar
Point. Even though I don't like riding rides.
What?
I can't stand it. I don't see the draw of going 60 miles an hour down, acting like you about to just crash, and then at the last second turn and you turn this, and like that does not appease me. Like I don't
bungee
enjoy
jumping? No skydiving?
About to maybe cuss. Please.
Please.
There's no way I'm going to hop on this.
Ski
thing.
did it?
Ski different. Like ski will do it. Like, no, I'm not doing that thing. Like, no. I'm not doing it. I feel like it's a whole bunch of people do it. I'm not doing it. No. I don't think my uncle does it. I think Morgan Avery do ride the rides.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't know. I think they had a conversation. They said they might be growing out of it. Like something happened. They thought about it like, this doesn't make sense. This is kind of crazy what we're doing. But for me, I'm like,
nah.
I've never been to. I think I rode the pirate ship once at a carnival and got sick. I was like,
nah.
yo, this
yeah,
is
I
not
don't like
me.
that one.
Yeah,
but no, man, listen, I was scared to death of them until like I was like 15 or 16. I never did it. I hated those things. And then once I did it, I'm
hooked on it.
Oh yeah, now I'm hooked. I skydive, do everything.
You skydive?
Yeah.
Where'd you skydive?
In Florida. We have a place locally. We took the first time I went skydiving. I think it was my 18th birthday, or right after my 18th birthday. My instructor took us as a field trip. So we took the field trip. We went. He took me out to took all of the kids out, me and the other instructor, and they, just showing them. And people were dropping down and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, so get ready, y'all are next."
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
He just jumped up there and was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna jump up there and do it."
I was entertaining the kids, so flipping around and doing all kinds of nonsense. So when the guy came over, he was, because you got to do tandem, so you got to strap up.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird, first off, but you got to do what you got to do. So we did that, and the guy was like, "Hey, you do flips?" I was like, "Yep." I was like, "All right," and he told me to do everything exactly the opposite of what I would thought. When you flip, what do? You look straight up, you reach up, you bring your knees over your head, you do a flip. Nah, this man was like, kick your butt with your heels, like lean all the way back, look down. I was like, this is not fundamentally correct. You're not making me feel safe about what we're getting ready to do here, sir. Like, that's not how you do a flip.
He's like, well, this isn't a flip.
But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna trust this dude.
So you skydove? Have you bungee jumped?
Yeah, I bungee jumped a few times. Over water.
Okay,
but over water.
Yeah, Trevor from the Fresh Prince did it over water, didn't he?
Nah, see.
Hillary Blanks.
I can't believe it.
None of that.
He
Like,
said Hillary and Trevor.
yeah, Trevor did it. Like, I'm not doing it. Yeah, that name is too close to Travis, so therefore I'm not.
He said no.
I'm not doing it.
No,
I can't see myself. Like, extreme stuff. I've never been whitewater rafting. Never done that.
Huh?
Never done
That's
whitewater.
not extreme.
Get close. I've never done whitewater rafting. Just pull it.
Oh yeah, my kid. Sorry.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So I never did whitewater rafting because I don't know how to swim. So there's no point in getting into the water.
You don't know how to swim? You know how to swim, but you're not fully confident with raging rapids, right? Or are you like, I just dog paddle?
Okay. So. Cliche. I didn't learn how to swim, but I did. I took lessons back in 2012, and then I took them again when I was here in 2015. And I need to actually go back and continue my lessons and really learn how to actually do everything I'm supposed to do. But oh Jesus, I thought I turned on. What was going on? Whatever.
That's me. My bad.
Oh.
I'm popular for a reason.
Oh,
it's my wife.
Yeah.
It's a honey-do list.
There we go. Like, don't forget, it closed at 9.
I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah,
it's right there. Though.
Exactly. That's. I'm like, we're gonna be out of here before then. We got an hour left. All right. So I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Thank you.
But what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying.
I don't even know, man. We got.
Yeah, I know. I know it's all right, but there's a lot of different things I've never done.
Like, you say you never whitewater rafted.
Yeah, never did that.
Remember, you're learning to swim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I want to
go back. And
I got to go back.
Full strokes and all that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I can't float on my back. It's weird. First off,
I can't float on my back.
First off, I can't
that's
float.
overrated. I can't float either.
I cannot float. This is crazy. Water. It was funny. They give you the little
the things to hold on to.
Yeah, like the little
board.
scoop. No. They gave us the little tube things, the flotation tube.
Oh yeah.
And then they said, you just put one under there and you'll float. I did it and sank. Like, woof. I was like, all right. So I stood up and like, yo, okay, look. She was like, okay, get a second one. I'm like, all right. So I grabbed the second one. I'm like, all right, I'm fine. Like, but me moving, I can go and move. Right. But as far as treading water and bobbing up and down and doing the little S thing that they tell you to do, I'm just not comfortable yet. Because I as soon as I let go of the thing, I was like, oh. And I was just like, all right, now I'm supposed to be able to let me figure out how to get back up. Everybody else was like, I was like, look, now as far as the stroke, I was killing them. I was going farther than everybody else. I was killing them. But then when they got into the deep end, I had to let go of the side and just stand still and just, I went under that water. I went under that water like, so fast, like, yo, this is not right. Let me kick my feet. And then I kicked my feet and got back up there. But I was like, all right, I'm up here now, but let me grab that wall. Side. I think I got like a video of me doing this whole thing. Like, yo, I think I recorded it. Like,
I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's like, all right, man. It is what it is. I can't float, but I can. So when you ask if I
can get somewhere.
Yeah, I can get somewhere. So
but
like,
if open water, you out of luck.
No, please. I'm not to go.
He said I'm not in open water.
Yeah, no, I think where was I? I was in
charter fishing.
I was in Cancun, and we were on the beach, and everybody started walking out to the beach, and then there's this part where it drops, right? But they were like, oh no, but if you stay right here in this lane right here, you be fine. So I'm walking, and I stay in that lane, and then that joint dropped like 2 feet. And I damn near panicked. It's like, cause like it was like here, and then all of a sudden it was like up to here, and I was like, I'm not a short person, so I was like, nope, turning around. Something brushed against my feet. I'm turning around. I'm walking back. I'm not doing none of this. Like, yo, all right, yeah, y'all have fun out there. I'm not comfortable yet. These rocks are slippery. I'm not doing nothing.
This is a product of watching Jaws as a child.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all got. Somebody just died actually from a shark bite. So it was a woman who died.
One of the 6 people per year that die.
Yeah.
You are more than likely to die from someone throwing a hammer at you.
I'm sure.
Shark bite.
I'm sure y'all dogs that y'all love. Yeah, they kill a lot of people.
They do though. That's not
Ace.
even funny. They do.
Yeah, I took a shot at Ace. Yeah. Anyway, man. Where else?
We were at the Open originally.
We were talking about the U.S. Open in there, and the fact that I get there Friday and it's nothing but forms and weapons.
Yep. Traditional, creative, musical, extreme.
I don't know if I'm gonna go down Thursday then, so I can see teams. But then I got to stay there all day Friday.
All day Friday.
And then because I'm driving, therefore I got to find a place to park my car and pay the exorbitant amount of money to pay for 2 days to park.
Stay at a Coronado. You get free parking.
Well, I'm just gonna tell them like, okay, yeah. I'm like, yo, Rick.
Yep.
Tell them you got a car.
Yep.
Yeah, just tell them you got a car. Give them that app. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell them, yeah, okay, there we go.
That's at least free parking.
Oh yeah, there we go. Gotta
get around Disney money somehow.
Yeah, man, they already charging an arm and a leg.
Down the road, 192.
Well, I know
Kissimmee. Gotta go to Kissimmee. Gotta go down to the Publix and get some food, and then come back. So you don't gotta pay Disney prices.
Okay. See, you telling me everything.
I'm a local. So.
Exactly, local. No, I'm gonna ask you about some. Anyway, other locals.
Other local spots.
Other local stuff.
Food and entertainment.
All kind of good stuff.
I got that on lock. And you're going down because of Friday because Ross is fighting.
Ross is making his Glory debut.
Glory!
Yeah, man. So
that's going to be dope.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I contemplated going down to Florida was so I could go to watch Ross fight.
That's the only reason why I'm going. Like, it was not for the U.S. Open. Are they putting? Yeah, they started putting people on ESPN again.
Yeah, they put fighters back on.
Yeah, they put fighters back on.
They started doing it with that clash sparring thing that they did.
Yeah, that was.
What was that, Zoltan?
Yeah, Zoltan Raymond
versus Raymond and Jack.
Yeah, that was just a disaster.
With that knee.
I don't know what they were thinking.
That was just. I don't know. I kind of like the concept of clash sparring. I kind of like.
What were the actual rules? Because it was just an ass whooping. That's all it was.
And it was just it was an ass whooping. But the clash sparring is supposed to be like quick bursts of 3 punches and a kick. Like so you can figure out your 1, 2 kick and 2 like, but you can't do any more than 3 punches at a time like NBL continuous. Mm-hmm. And then there are 3 judges and then they score based upon control and amount of shots hit, you know what I mean? Ring control, obviously. 10-9 rounds. But it's 1 round and then you point to whoever you felt was the winner. I don't know how they did it that night. They did like scores or something. It was just weird. Yeah. Because they had to do it for ESPN, but that's typically not how the U.S. Open runs the clash sparring division. Like I said, I'm a fan of the clash sparring. It allows for...
So they're still doing it?
Yeah, they still do it every year. That'll be one of the divisions that they do.
Okay. So are they doing open weight, clash sparring, and
point sparring? Yeah. They don't do so. Most of the and NASKA fighters won't do the clash sparring because it's not for money. So.
Yeah.
So but I mean it's a cool division. It's like that PKA fighting where you get score. It's promotes follow ups and for fighting.
Real fighting.
Yeah.
And so you're not just.
I wasn't gonna say real fighting, but I was gonna say
closer.
Closer. Yeah. Well, no. I just wasn't gonna say
take it back. 80s fighting.
Yeah, about 80s, 90s.
80s, 90s, early 90s.
It's a little faster because the bodies are a little quicker.
Yeah. And it's not step in.
Yeah. I wonder if an out of country team might win this year. Because there's a lot of teams that come.
I have no idea.
That's a lot of teams.
Technically, Paul Mitchell was out of country team.
All 3. You gotta have all 3. But it's still an American-based team. Foreign fighters.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. It's not like team whatever from Mexico comes up. The Puma team from Mexico could come up, or the Venezuelan team could come up, and it just be, not just legend. But
we forgot somebody. Dean Barry did his.
Dean Barry did his thing. Did you see my man rocking the man on the cage?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I forgot all about that. Good.
Yeah.
Good job.
He did it,
Dean looked good.
I gotta
sniper.
Yeah, I gotta give him a round of applause for that one because he bodied dude.
Yeah, he did.
And that was I hope not. Okay, yes.
Where's the applause, man?
When you got free apps, they come up with free ads.
Yeah. You never lied about that one.
Yeah, like, all right, Dean, this is for you. There you go. I'm gonna give it extended long.
Ooh.
There we go. All right, that one was for you because you did your thing. You dropped the dude.
Rocked, sat him up, and just back.
Yeah, did a good job. So I didn't know he was. Where is he training? Because I know he was for a minute. He was like in the middle of America.
I'm pretty sure he's back in Ireland.
Ireland? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's probably over there with the SBG.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I know he won WKC last year.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, congratulations, Dean. Anything else as far as the U.S. Open concerned?
No, same old Open. The scheduling was the only thing that was different this year. Teams, that's what makes teams harder because you can't really account for. I don't think TDE is going down as a team for team fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100%. If the All Stars, I got 3 men that are going. So who knows?
Who knows? I mean, I'm sure TDA will be represented because they still have some people down there.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say down there, but half of them here now. Half the squad is here in Atlanta now.
Yep.
But so I mean, we'll see. Of course, everybody be streaming. Do you have any plans since you're not going for the 4th? Did you go and get some illegal fireworks to shoot off?
I did not get any illegal fireworks. I got a bunch of legal fireworks though, and I will be blasting them off with one of my contractor. What? They're legal? I didn't make my trip to south of the border this year. Like that's usually the
You did
trip.
make a trip south of the border. You just didn't bring back any explosives.
Fireworks. No, heck no. I mean, you can't get back in this country with no explosives, man.
I mean, South Carolina is kind of close, and I'm pretty sure they got some illegal fireworks.
Georgia illegal, but they're not illegal in South Carolina.
That's
exactly. Where I buy them.
That's always tripped me out. Like they be on the side of the road, like when you're doing the long drive, and you just see this big sign say fireworks. I was like,
what?
I'm like, well, okay.
It's not always where you're allowed to do them.
Yeah. Did you ever shoot on the fire on like the 4th and New Year's and just
shoot guns?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, but I always pointed mine at the ground. I always felt like people who just pointed them up in the air were just reckless and careless because
reckless and careless.
They have to go down somewhere, and they fall almost at the same trajectory and speed as they do when they go up.
Yes.
So it's still hitting somebody in something. So I never understood that. So I always figured it was smarter to shoot it down on the ground.
That. Just sitting in my house and all of a sudden a bullet comes flying in the house. I just always been fearful.
You don't know fear until you hear pop, pop.
Yeah, man. We used to just be sitting in the basement. Our basement was finished, so we would just be in the basement watching TV. You got to get through 3 layers. So hopefully
we'll be safe by this 3rd one. Y'all ain't sure nothing big.
Get through the attic.
Keep those 9s and 40s. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Just don't do nothing crazy.
Leave it under that though.
Yeah, man.
But yeah. Nah, I'm not a really big fan of that now. I'm grown. I got kids.
Yeah, you got an investment called a house.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it and be like, man, nah, we'll go to the range next week.
There you go.
And we'll get our jollies off there.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we do blow up fireworks though in my household. It gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
I like fireworks. I don't know. That's the kid in me.
I've never been a fireworks person.
No. I don't like watching them. I like
lighting them. I've never been okay. There was I'm not gonna say whose house it was.
All right.
And we were at somebody's house and we would end up shooting fireworks at people.
Yeah. Bottle rocket wars, Roman candle fights.
Doing stupid stuff like that. Like as a kid, like you like 14, 15 years old, shooting. I'm like, nah, 14, I look back like
15. This man was doing this in college, man. Don't let him lie to you. At the frat parties. Multi-shot Roman candles, 10 shots.
Like, it's just crazy. But but now
PVC tubes and bottle rockets. Come on, man. Like we can do that this weekend if you're not going out of town.
No, I like all my.
You don't like danger. You don't like dangerous sports. I like my phalanges. I don't want to lose no fingers and no digits.
I'm not jumping out of a plane. I'm gonna shoot a firework at somebody else. Yeah, right. I'm in Georgia. I'm a dark-skinned man in Georgia. Yeah, it's not going to go over well. Somebody gets hurt because I shot a firework. I can shoot a firework in the air, and I understand, I got 20 years. That's not happening.
That was a guy.
Nope. Not getting me, Uncle Sam.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah.
What else?
That's it, man. I mean...
You came up with some other stuff, didn't you?
Nah, it was all about the Open. We think we mostly covered it. It was the UFC.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, we got all these free agents.
What free agents?
No longer free agents. You ain't see?
No.
Kyrie and KD to Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about karate free agents.
I'm talking about karate. I don't know no free agents. Not in the middle of the year.
Okay.
People don't. No, I guess people do still do that.
I mean,
I ain't seen it happen in a minute.
Well. Yeah, actually, who was the last person who
switched teams in the middle of a year? I don't know, man. I think that's kind of got like no poaching or whatnot.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. Like I know our pickups were at the end of a year or right before the tournaments, right before like a first tournament of the year. I haven't seen any like crazy jump ships or nothing like that.
Yeah, I
can't think of NBA, man. That's the biggest excitement that I've seen in a little bit all week.
Hey, that was crazy. Like that, that whole scene was just insane.
So you think Kawhi gonna go to the Lakers now?
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it.
And get Rajon Rondo for veteran minimum.
I don't know who. I guess. I have no idea. I know they were trying to get Seth Curry, and he went to Dallas.
Yep, that was smart.
Yeah, 4 years, $32 million.
Yeah, come on, man. You can't like. A lot of this is business, not even rings right now for a lot of these guys. I mean,
nobody's gonna remember how many rings Seth Curry has. Like nobody really. I mean, you can say it. It's nice. I'm a champion, but look, I got my millions. I'm set up. He just had a kid. I think he like engaged. So yeah, he needs money. Like, get set,
young man,
brother.
Get set.
Yeah, get set, brother.
Establish yourself.
Yeah, you got
build your brand.
Yeah,
and then when you want to get a championship, find a home.
Right, like your brother got enough rings.
Right.
I mean, but still, I know he got.
At least you know.
I know he wants one. That competition. I know he wants one because his Super Bowl was the Western Conference Finals last year, trying to play against his brother.
Oh yeah.
So that was his Super Bowl. So
that's
U.S. Open stories. You got any?
I got a ton of U.S. Open stories.
All right. Here we go with the U.S. Open stories. Story time with Chris.
Story time. No, some good ones, man. From being a kid, watching some of my favorites, watching Casey Marks, Butch, competing against Butch eventually.
Butch is older than you?
What?
Butch is older than you?
Butch is my age. Okay. I think Butch and I are the same age. Or he might even be a year younger.
Yeah, okay.
But that's yeah. Nah, watching Jimmy Pham, watching Carmichael, the Valera chat battles, perfect score, 50-50s, have to go up and redo it because they tied. Had to go back up, like tied in weapons, had to go back up and redo it, tie in forms. 96 Twin Towers, last year Metro, like that was the last tournament we found out, bop, that was the end. There's a lot of freaking memories of the US Open.
All right. And battles, fights. Just man.
straight up fights. There were a ton of fights, karate fights. One that stands out to me was Keon Pinkney versus Trevor Nash. I can't remember what year it was. Nobody knew who Keon was. We did.
That's what I was saying.
As Florida cats, we know who Keon is. That's Keon, Tampa, or right around Tampa, Florida. That's the big homie right there. Shout out Keon. I know you don't listen, but you should. You could. I'm going to tag you when we get this.
Exactly.
He fought Trevor, and it was an all-out war. It went back and forth. This was when Trevor...
CJB?
No, he's either last year CJB or first year Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
I want to say it was first year Paul Mitchell. Trevor ended up winning by 1 in like extra overtime. My goodness. This was one of the craziest fights. Caught him with a jump spin hook kick. Trevor caught him with an axe kick. Like, they went back. It was sitting ringside, well, as close as I could get as a little kid, squirming up in there. Man, it was one of the most exciting fights I had seen there. Man, there were a lot of crazy things. Kim Do in the win, did the creative breaking division and broke a full 1-inch board with a 720. This was like in 90, well, maybe 2000, 2001. But I want to say 99 to 2001, somewhere in that area. He did that, I used to do that flying stick spinning side kick in his form. Mm-hmm. He did that on a board and pow! I was like, ooh. That's some memories right there.
All right. You brought something up that
oh goodness.
Now I'm like, you said a full 1-inch board. I'm like, do people still use full 1-inch boards? I know that's what I broke. So when I see other people breaking other things, I'm just like,
I don't know about what anybody does in their school. I just know what I see a lot in demos and stuff, and I see them little confidence boards, them little flimsy boards that you can hold with one hand, and like if I shake it hard enough, it'll snap. So if the breeze catches it right with but for some of these things that these people are doing, corkscrews and box cutters and friggin' 3 spins and a flip and a kick.
All right, there we go. That makes sense.
I got you. And landing on their feet.
What's a box cutter?
Like a corkscrew, like swing through, kick, 1 full spin. As you're coming through your second full spin, you throw a hook kick out of it with the opposite leg that you kick with.
Okay, I got it.
It's like a 1.5 with a hook kick.
Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go. See,
or you can do the barrel roll, or you can do the barrel roll version, the butterfly twist version, kick all the way through, which is like a full 2 with the hook.
Okay.
But I think these kids call it something different now. So the new age of trickers start calling things a little bit different than what we called it back in the day when we were martial arts extreme kickers, because everything we did had kicks in them. That was the point of extreme kicking. Acro kicking is what it eventually became.
That's what it's called now? Acro kicking?
No. That's what we called it. Acrobatic kicking. So you would do a flip and you would have to throw a kick. Like I was telling you about Anthony Atkins, the original corkscrew was a flying side kick, then the roll out of it. So like you hit somebody big and instead of bouncing off, you rolled out and you landed and you could cut out of it. So it was a real move with something added to it. Now it's just spinny. How many times can I spin before I land on my feet? Or spin and then land on one foot and then kick through and spin and land on one foot. So it was a difference. There's a difference method or thought process behind what we did versus what they did.
It's interesting to hear somebody talk about the new way of trickers, the way old fighters talk about
the new fighters. Like I'm not pure into tricking by any means. Like when I was a kid, I watched a lot of the dudes who were dope with it, and I could do a bunch of the stuff, but like I wasn't like Mark C. I wasn't, Manny Brown or, what Matt Emming and Sammy Vasquez and all them kids like started doing with that. But I remember teaching Sammy Vasquez how to do a gainer.
So weird.
So but it's just
what generation took it here?
Man, you had the dudes that did a big move, like Kim Do. When he first started, Kim's been around for generations, so like he's a different breed. But there was like a big move. You did like a round off backflip, or you did like a hand combo into a standing backflip, or you did the round off flash kick, and that was like the biggest deal. Until really, I want to give it the credit. I have to give credit to Carmichael and David Douglas, because they added the combos: the 540, the hook, the aerial, the 540, the hook, the butterfly twist, the hook, the butterfly twist, the split. David Douglas took it to a whole different level with adding combos and putting things together in different ways, and then everybody just kind of started going from there. But the new age of tricking, I don't know. These dudes that started doing the swing through doubles, they swing their foot through, and then they do 2 twists, and they land on their feet. So a double twist.
Well, that sucks.
What happened there? You ran out of video?
Yeah, I tried to delete everything to do it, but whatever. But go ahead and keep talking, man. So,
but I mean, yeah. So
tell the history of the trickers.
I mean, that was it. I mean, because after David Douglas was the next. I mean, for me, what I saw next round, other than the Floridas, we had a kid who's doing it big now, is Black Panther, and stuck on that stuff. Danny Graham, who was also a fighter back in the day as a kid. Then Sammy Vasquez and Matt Emming, and they started doing all kinds of stuff, and it's evolved now into something crazy. Like these dudes are doing like quadruple twists now, four twists. I seen a dude do a standing double full or standing triple full or some nonsense like that. It was a road to standing double twist. I think it was might have been a triple. I don't know. I don't even remember. This kid was practicing and doing standing fulls, standing doubles, standing triples. It took him like 7 or 8 years. That was kind of dope watching. But I don't know. Loop kicks. Big shout out to loop kicks. They were a big deal in the tricking. Chris Tavera, Valua, all them dudes. But I don't know. It's just weird. I just listen to the new age kids talk about tricking, and I don't even know what they're talking about. And then they were like, "Oh, like this." I'm like, "Oh,
you mean it's
in my head?" It's like, "Oh, that was a flip, man. I was just Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know.
Spider-Man?
Nah, Mark used to do that. Mark used to just jump and do like kick his legs and like shoot the webs like Spider-Man because he could jump.
Yeah.
I mean, people do different things. Terada did the super flash kick thing. He did like 9. Well, no, that's tricky, man. I don't know.
That's your history right there. The art of tricking.
It's just going all over the place. There's a million people I didn't mention, but
yeah. Okay, so who were some of your favorite trickers?
My favorite trickers? I like watching Anthony Atkins, Manny Brown. Rudy Raynon was dope for me. Rudy is dope.
Shout out to Rudy.
Rudy is dope for me. Rudy is one of my favorites just because, like I said, everything that he threw had a kick in it. You could watch. You could watch the side kick. You could watch the hook kick. You could watch the round. You could watch those things. So, I mean, those are most of the dudes for me. New age trickers. I mean, I don't even know. Guthrie kid. I don't even know. I just know that's his last name. I don't know. And I really don't know any of the new kids. Seshmaru used to be my dude to watch back in the day. Sean Ellis, he's on Facebook as Sean as his real name now, but he used to go by Sesh. This kid did, he's a man. I think he's my age. This dude did all kinds of stuff, like in gymnastics for double front flips, double back flips. He had a crazy, odd style, like that was different than everybody else. So, him. There's this dude. Now I see him do some weird stuff on Facebook. he does like
how good is that?
Weird as in like he's got his own style. Nicola something or other. I want to shout out the kid, but I don't know his name. He's from a different country. And he does like he'll do like a crazy he'll do like a half corkscrew, like he'll do like a box cutter into like some like stylized.
Nicola Stephan?
No.
I don't know. Okay.
No, I look it up here. Let me see. But yeah, that dude is nice. But what about you? You ever watch trickers and flippers?
I never understood it. If they put it in their forums, then I'll be, it's because of extreme division, so I would watch it. Because David Douglas was dope, Rudy was dope, Mark, Matt, Emmett. So I would watch all of them do the divisions, but I never understood what the heck was going on because it was just like, all right, this is just. It's too wild. This person's going. Next time, some little kid just jumped up there and did something. I'm like, okay, hey, little kid. I don't understand. You know what? One thing I never understood.
What?
Junior grands, where you have the 9 and 10-year-old going up against the 16 and 17-year-old. I just never understood it.
They don't do that, man. It's like 13 and I think it's 13 and under and 14 and over grands.
Yeah, that's in national. But when you go to a local, it's like
all juniors together.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, that is so not fair. Like, you just know that it's not even close. That's
with that power, experience, the
Yeah.
performance. There's the occasional one who can do it, but overall, yeah, it's pretty much going to be the older kids, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, I always hated when they had the junior underbelts go up against like some black belts. I just always felt like I get what y'all are doing, because
Giving them a platform and giving them a stage to do it on.
but at the same
why
time,
would you
I'm
crush
more.
them?
Yeah, that's my thing. My thing is like, okay, look. A lot of the times, I want to highlight you winning your division as a kid. Like, I would much rather you just win your division, go home. I know the parents always want to put everybody so they can have a grand champion as a kid, but for me, it's like, okay, be happy you won your first place. Don't worry about trying to become, if you got your grand championship when you're fighting or you're going to perform up against somebody who has more experience than you. Now you're just like, oh, I just got to get, like, yeah, we already knew this.
Right.
Like you're a gold belt going up against a red belt. I'm like, I just don't. I always felt weird about that.
I'll give you an example of opposite case scenario, because they did it.
You suck and you got a red belt and a gold belt beat you at forms. You suck.
They didn't do it in forms, but Kick USA. It was back in the day. It was kids in competition karate. Kick. They did. It was only kids, 17 and under, no adults whatsoever, and it was huge. It was a really good thing by Dave Scalar. They did beginner, intermediate, advanced, and they had a black belt division. And then they would do only for fighting grands. If you wanted to, you could go up. And I remember being a gold belt, winning multiple grands, beating the intermediate, the black belt having to fight the brown belt or the advanced winner, and then the two winners going against each other. Or sometimes they would do a random shuffle, and you'd have to beat whoever you had to beat. I remember I guess it might maybe just the competitive spirit in me. I remember the pure joy as a gold belt, getting the opportunity to go fight. Whether I won or not, I got the opportunity to go out there and I scored 2 points on a brown belt today. I went out there. I beat that black belt. Oh, I've got grands. I used to have plaques at my house from being a gold belt, and it would say, we would get the little engraving on the back for the $2 and put gold belt.
Now, let me ask you this. If you are a black belt, how much pride do you take in beating a gold belt?
None. Zero. It's an all-lose situation for the
it's
black belt. No, I understand
all
as an adult now, as somebody with a little bit of common sense. But I'm saying on the opposite end of that, a green belt, a brown belt, and a gold belt get the opportunity to go fight a black belt, win or lose.
Yeah,
now the black belt, it's a lose for the black belt.
Complete lose situation.
A lot of the times after a little while, you would see the black belts not do the grand. So it would just be a beginner, intermediate, and advanced grand. So the black belts would always not do the grand. Well, not always, but a lot of them wouldn't do the grands.
I just never liked it. I just never liked that whole thing.
I just don't.
And they always give out a bike. Nowadays they give out Xbox now.
Do they?
Or something like that.
I thought they give out I don't know. I don't even know what local tournaments give out anymore. I always thought it was a bike. I remember.
It used to be always a bike.
And again, a bike? Nah, because I remember I won. I had to win these things. I won a couple of bikes. Then Walmart or Kmart always gave back refunds. Shout out to them being a poor kid. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. I remember I got a Sega Genesis one year from a karate tournament. I got a Super Nintendo from the same year. Man, they used to give we used to give out savings bonds. $200 savings bonds. Nah, man, I kept those things for 10, 12 years and cashed them in.
Nice.
But yeah, those things are awesome. But you had the opportunity then.
You
had a chance.
You did, but at the same time, I always look at it as like if an advance goes up against the black belt, then that's fine. Intermediate going up against advanced, that's fine. Intermediate going up against a novice, that's fine. It's when it's the big jump of all of them in there. To me, it's like, I don't like that. To me, it's like the same. Like if they broke it up, intermediate and advanced, intermediate and key novice, and then you had advanced and black belt. Then those two have separate grands. I'm fine with it. I'm like, all right, well, okay, fine. Boys and girls.
You get a white belt who ends up fighting a black belt.
Right. I'm not
essentially.
I don't like it. I understand it. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, it's a market employee because they want to give out something so the kids come and compete.
Keep them there longer.
Keep them there longer to win. Blah blah blah. I get it, but
yeah,
it's just like, all right, just let the kids. Because let the kids enjoy. Because I remember as a kid running around after the karate tournament. You won, and you it was just like a free for all, just playing with kids that you didn't know, and you just running around doing all kind of stupid stuff.
Show me what you could do.
Go playing tag, go and doing hide and seek, doing all kind of just random, just doing all kind of random stuff that you did as a kid. It was fun. Like, now I got to sit around because I won. Now I got to sit around and wait. I got to stay focused to do this form so I can win my bike that I'm never going to work. I'm never going
to ride because I got to do more practicing for the next tournament.
I'm not going to ride this bike because I'm in Detroit and it's only 2 months of summer. That's why. And so
you ain't never.
I'm not riding.
I was a Floridian, man. We was riding bikes all the time.
Riding that, I'm not. It is what it is. So I don't know.
Fair enough.
I've always been uncomfortable with it, but I get it. But at the same time,
well, then if we're doing that, what about grands all together, like a nighttime show?
To be honest with you, I don't really particularly care for it, but it is what it is. Like, I get it. I mean, I understand what the NBL was doing when they didn't have. I understand the logic behind it when they didn't have grands.
Yeah.
But at the same time, growing up the way I grew up, I wanted to win grands. If you didn't win grands, it was meaningless. So to me, winning a division, because I've heard people say, like, they won the U.S. Open. I'm like, when did you win the U.S. Open? Oh, I won my division. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just leave it like that. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, I don't subscribe to that, but okay, you do. Good job. I just leave it alone. I mean, I think it diminishes it a little bit, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But
well, I mean, things just get diminished.
Yeah, they do. So I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but at the same time, it's just like.
I just got to find a way where we talked about this before. We just got to find a way to make them entertaining.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually kind of I don't mind the lightweight grand and the heavyweight grand, but at the same time, it's just I still.
But things changed from 3 divisions to 6 divisions to 8 divisions.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 divisions. I mean, I guess I get it, but I don't really
get it
10
from
pounds.
a standpoint now. When you look at them and you got the welterweight or middleweight, which I get confused about who's in which division, that they are, and it's like 12 people in there, and it's like 12 people in the light middle, and it's 12 people in the light. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. I'm like, all right, because you're not gonna be here all day with these divisions, and it's like, all right, cool.
We used to.
Yeah, but when you have all these different divisions and you got 3 people in them, I'm like, no.
Yep.
And it trips me out watching the heavyweights now. Because when I was fighting, I remember going to a tournament. I think it was Chicago, AKAs, and it was 4 people in the division.
Yep.
It was me, Raymond, Trevor, Ryan Huntley. That was it. That was the 4 people in my division. Right.
That's a grand at some tournaments.
What the? And goodness. Everybody else, the other divisions was stacked. Everybody else stayed the hell out of our division. It was just us 4 people, and Raymond won the division. I was just like, all right, this is what it is. This is how it's going to be a hard year. All right, let's go. Right. I think that was 2001. I was like, all right, that's it. Let's go. And so, but nah, it was
that's
just
big now.
Yeah, it was just interesting that. But then I go and I watch, and it's like 12 people in the heavyweight division. It was kind of similar to that when my last run with Ross.
Yeah.
It was just me and Ross, and be like, only time we ever get anybody in the division is when we went up to Minnesota, and they got all them big boys up in the heavyweight.
All them NK dudes.
Yeah, them NK people.
And you know that was gonna be a hard road.
Yeah, you'd like, all right, we got to fight today because there's a lot of people,
and you gotta fight.
And you don't know which one, because some of them was trash. Sorry. Some of y'all was trash. Then there would be some people that you look like they might be trash, and they were actually
they were good.
They were actually pretty decent. And you got to make sure they don't slap you with something. You're like, oh. And you got your people on the side like,
yo, what happened?
What you gonna do? I remember Anthony priced me in my center one time, and I was fighting, and the guy hit me with something. Anthony started laughing, and I was like,
you gonna laugh at me like that?
He looking at me like, what you gonna do? He got that point. Go. I'm just sitting there like, I got. All right, now I can't.
Now
I
gotta do
cruise.
something.
Yeah, I can't cruise to this division. I gotta actually fight this guy. All right, because when you're a sponsored person, I know you are the target. Like I'm coming with my A game. So it would be certain times.
They're coming to knock you off.
Yeah, they you are the target. Like, but yeah. But those NK guys, it was something that was trash. It was something that was good, and you never knew which one it was. And some of them would be on. They'd be good for you, and then like trash the next fight. Like if they won against somebody, like they beat that came
beat
up.
somebody good.
Yeah,
Like,
beat somebody
wow.
good. Like okay, and the next fight they get smoked, and you're just like, okay, all right,
Ow.
all right.
Ow.
That
That was just your best fight.
Yeah, that was just your best fight, and you're going home, and that is you proud of that win. Like that's it. But all right, let me ask you this: there is one thing that's interesting to me that would change everything. You know how they say it's because it's almost like March Madness, because it's a tournament style, it's one and done, right? Mm-hmm. But if it was a series, if it was 2 rounds in these divisions, I think a lot of people would not be as good as we think they are.
Say again.
So let's say, I'm not gonna say any names, but let's just say like one person who's on a team right now,
Right.
who's considered to be good.
Okay.
But now instead of having that one fight, they got to do 2 2-minute rounds, and that's just throughout the division. You're doing 2 2-minute rounds. I don't think we'll see as many upsets.
No.
Because that second round is a different beast for a lot of people. Like you got you get that one round.
A lot of times in them early joints, back in the day when it's 1st to 5 or 1st to 7, you had a lot of that.
Yeah, you had a lot of upsets.
You get a lot. You get a lot of upsets. You still get a lot of upsets, like crazy, low score. Boom, there's something at the end. There's something crazy happens. But yeah, I'm a very big proponent. Like, you know me. Yeah. I like 2 2-minute rounds, 1 minute break. I like fighting in multiple divisions. The European style that template they really have down, and they don't care if you're in back-to-back rings and you're fighting here and they call you, unless you're on the mat fighting. They'll go to the next round. But other than that, if you just got done, you better get over here now, because they don't care about your break. They're not going to give you a 1 minute.
Trying to finish.
They're not going to wait for your coach to come over.
You chose to do 2
divisions. Yeah. You better be ready and in shape to do 2 divisions.
Exactly.
If you want to pay the money, come on with it. I'm okay with taking your money to do 2 divisions.
Right, and you not being able to fight. Well, that's your fault.
You let me know. I'm going to let you know. If I ever do a tournament, double elimination or 2 2-minute rounds every fight. 10-point spread.
That is one thing I do like about the
divisions.
UPTech system, though. What? Is that they can handle the double eliminations. I do like that.
Like a rock star.
Yeah. Yes, I was impressed by that. But sometimes I would look at them like, yo, why are they fighting right now? Like, what are you doing? Like, sometimes I look at them like, I wouldn't, because those 2 people just fight, and this person has not fought yet. Like,
but that's the way the bracket works.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
The later you lose over here, the less you have to fight over here. The earlier you lose over here, you gotta fight your butt off to get back.
So, it is what it is. So it's
just that's the penalty you get for losing your first fight. Mm-hmm. But if you don't lose again, you can win the division. You can still win the division after a first round loss. So like an upset doesn't necessarily have to matter.
Right.
So either way, the 2 2-minute rounds, 2 rounds, or the double elimination allows for, the cream to rise to the top.
Yeah.
Because cardio will play a factor in it.
Definitely.
Ring management, intelligence, IQ, adjustments in that second round. Why do you think, right now you see in the 2-minute rounds for the overall grands, you see a very light and easy
first round.
Take off the first round. Nobody, it's a 1-point round unless it's a domination. And then the second round is always a turn-up round. So, it's almost like a throwaway round.
Well, they're trying to fill each other out. Just like in boxing, they're trying to fill out the first round and trying to because they don't want to get tired and blow everything. And next thing you know, they end up getting somebody comes back and wins. And it's, because once somebody gets on a roll, it is not.
Momentum. Yes.
I remember in New Orleans, it's crazy because I didn't even know who he was. I remember when my rookie year and I was fighting down at Slugfest. I was fighting at Slugfest, and I got down like 5-0 or 6-0 or something like that. And my uncle called timeout. He looked at me and said, "If this was NASCAR, you would have lost." I was like, He said, "Well, luckily you got 2 minutes. Get your stuff together. and let's fight.
1 point back at a
yeah,
time.
so I just came, and I ended up coming back and winning the fight, like, woo. And I remember, and I didn't realize who it was, who I was down to, and it was Ronald George.
Oh.
I didn't know until I was here at the battle a couple years ago, and I was just kind of standing here, and Ryan George walked us. Right. He was like, "Aren't you Travis?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I remember watching you fight my dad." And first off, I felt old as shit. I knew that was coming.
Wait. I fought your dad?
Yeah,
Hold on, bro.
And he was like, yeah, down the slugfest. And he explained it, and I was like, oh, that was your dad. I was like, oh, my God.
That kind of makes sense now.
So I was just like, but I was thinking like, I feel old now. Like, yo, I feel old that like I fought Ryan George's dad, and like I was standing around, and I was just like, damn it, I'm old. Okay then, all right. Yeah, so
I mean, you can't always look at it like that, because I fought all the Tankstons.
I know. Okay, so yeah,
Larry,
I fought Larry,
Royce, and Little Larry. I fought all 4 of them. I fought 4 of them.
Damn, did
you ever fought Royce?
I know, because he never got past Willie.
I mean, I understand.
Yeah, Willie was like his kryptonite.
No, because teams is always weight.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I never fought Royce. I believe, did I fight Larry? Little Larry? When I came back?
Muscle Shark.
I think I might. I think I did fight Larry on my way out in 2010, my last year. I think so. Because Because I think so. Yeah, I did fight Larry because he had said something to me about it afterwards, and I was like, yeah, because I think that might have been his first year up, and I beat him, and I was like, yeah, well, you young, so you got to go through this right now, trying to figure out how to win. But yeah, I was about to say like, no, I haven't done it, but yeah, Jason and I were, growing up, that was it. Like, yo, that was insane. But Chicago, Detroit, so, and then.
Fought senior?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, senior used to give us business. As a kid, because, I come up and I'm 16, I'm fighting in the adults division. You know what I mean? So, senior was killing us. Like, I was like, ugh!
Man, he would kick me right underneath my belt, right on my hip so many times. You're like, you ain't gonna kick again.
You're right.
He ain't gonna kick again. Talking to you the whole time.
He used to have this mouthpiece. I used to hate because it covered his top and bottom. So when he just have it open, and so it looked like he was smiling at you while he's hitting you. And it used to make me mad. I did, when I got older, filled out a little bit, and I started getting him back. Like, yeah, all right, because he was still fighting. Like he just still fighting. I'm like, all right, I think he's still fighting. Probably. So I would be out there, and I remember fighting him at Dunlap. Yeah. At Dunlap's tournament, and I remember fighting him and going to Chicago once I had become, established and a good fighter. On the SES days after SES, like that when I was in my early 20s, and I would go just be winning. Base. Yeah, in Chicago, and locally, Chicago, Detroit, Ohio, Indiana, that whole area.
That's cool. Locally, y'all had like a lot of different states.
Yeah, that was cool. Like
we had Orlando, Tampa, Miami, and then if we wanted to, we could come up here.
Well, see, that's the thing. It took y'all it took y'all 6 hours to get outside of Florida, basically.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Valdosta. Nobody did no karate in Valdosta.
Yeah, exactly. See, I got to get all the way up here to do it, but us 4.5 hours we're in Chicago.
Yeah, 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours
we're in
Cincinnati. 2 hours we're in Cleveland. 4 hours we're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So we had that whole Midwest scene pretty much.
That's cool.
And then we had Canada.
Pocket. Oh yeah.
Growing up, always
y'all had Ottawa, right?
So y'all had
Ontario.
Ontario. So we had where Mike Bernardo is.
Yeah.
And we had Pete Daypuck. Yep. We had not Trevor, far. Yeah, Trevor was like there. He's probably like Hamilton. 3.5, 4 hours away. Yeah, Hamilton.
Toronto.
So over there. So we had them. We had them to compete with. And I remember growing up, and whenever there was like a set event, it was always U.S. versus Canada. So Canadian fighters would come over, and the U.S. fighters would be fighting, or we were going over there and stuff like that and fight. Because that's how I fought. Tom Roberts for the first time when we were juniors. I think it was a set fight. in junior set fight. Not set, but junior set team fight.
Yeah.
And we fought for the first time. This or that team. That goes back. But I'm just thinking about all the people, like, just in that area that came out of there, you know. Yeah, it was fun. You know, and sometimes we go to Cincinnati or somewhere in Ohio. Some people from Kentucky, like Thomas Wright, would come up and fight. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. You were talking about memories. One of my favorite memories of the U.S. Open are 5-man team fights. Bro, some of the I remember watching Paul Mitchell and Metro. Sushi did a Sushi schooling session about it a long time ago on MassLink when he used to write the articles or whatever back then when it was still MassLink. And he wrote about this team fight. I was like, yo, this is one of my all-time favorite
Sushi on the show. I actually contacted him today. He's in Texas, so I'm gonna leave him alone. Let him enjoy being in Texas.
Yeah.
But next week we probably try and get Sushi on the show.
Nice. Yeah, that's my dude right there. Yeah, I like Jeff.
So we can talk about that one in particular, that story.
Oh my God, that was a great one. My instructor fought on that, you know, like, so it's like I sitting there, John Payton, Steve Babcock, like the old Pedro.
John Payton with that reverse punch, boy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know, cats don't know who John Payton is.
No, they don't. That's the thing. Like, you name some people who, if you like, it's just like in other sports. You remember the top fighters, but you don't remember some of the people before who were beating them before.
Right.
Because like Johnny talked about how John Payton used to give him the business and trying to become Johnny Tension. Before he was Johnny Tension, he had to get past John Payton. So like you just didn't know these things. But it, you know, history doesn't look favorable sometimes on, you know, certain people.
Right.
But it is what it is.
But I think part of it is as an organization and as a group, we don't really keep a good record of history. Like we don't
didn't used to. We have it now. It's just not out there. I don't understand why it's not out here. Because the Uventech system. It literally records all of this stuff. So it has all the data.
You're going to have all the stats, who beat who, how this
how
happened,
to score,
how to figure out the ranking systems, how to truly get a rating based upon wins versus who, and comparable wins versus so-and-so versus so-and-so. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it has.
But I'm just talking about, you know, we just talk about the history.
Yeah. Just the history, before technology.
I mean, geez.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these new fighters now don't even know who was winning in 2010, 2005.
No.
They don't know who won before Ross.
Hell, they don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, hell, they don't
know
me.
They don't. Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like, wait, what?
You know, we said that. I said that story about, you know, the cats not recognizing when we were in D.C.
Yeah.
Like, the fighters, the sheer talent, the number of wins, the knowledge that sat in a 10-foot circle.
Yeah. Well, look.
And nobody came over to even say hi, pay respect, say bye, be like, yo, can I get an autograph? Can you talk to me?
Yeah, man. When I had a few different people just off rip asking them, like, who's your favorite forms competitors? A lot of people like, I don't even know. I don't know.
I asked people like all time. Like, what do you mean? Like, not even now, but now and all. Like, whatever.
Like, yeah, just leave it alone. Like, all right, whatever, man. But it is what it is. How y'all not know? It was like, it is what it is, man.
It's different cultures.
Yeah.
And just, I think it says something about just society as a whole now.
Short-term memory, man. We were
because I can look everything up.
Yeah.
So I don't have to remember, and I don't have to know, and I don't have to relate, because if I want to, I can look it up right now.
True. Like, so, I can remember. That's the crazy thing. I can probably tell you every team in the NBA who's won a championship since probably 1980. Yeah, I probably can do every team who's won it since 1980 in order. But I can't do the NFL. Like, I can't do the NFL, which is crazy. Other people, I'm sure they can like, But I can do NBA. I cannot tell you who won the U.S. Open 3 years ago. Wait, that's 3 years ago. That would be 2016. It's a good chance that it was Avery. I said 3 years. I just thought about it. It's a good chance it was Avery. I think it might have been Avery.
Avery Zolt Raymond Ross?
Yeah, it's going to be one of them. So
Are they still doing overall grands then, or are they splitting them light and heavy at that point?
I have no idea.
I don't even remember when they split light and heavyweight grands. I'm with you.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember that year. I don't remember, I remember
I
certain
don't know who
events
won
and certain things.
I was about to say I don't know who won, World Series, but then I was like, okay, there was a time where it was just one person who won the World Series like 8 years in a row. So it was, it was like okay. So, but I'm trying to think of what other tournaments. Like the Diamond's the only one who kept
Diamonds is the only one that keeps a record.
Yeah,
because they put it on their flyer or the nighttime flyer or whatever. Yeah.
So and kind of honor it, but everybody else just kind of just I actually had time. I don't think the promoters know who won their own tournaments. Like who won?
They do. They usually put them on their flyer, and that's how they know.
They know. Yeah, they know. They know the one last year. They don't know the one 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They're like, I don't know.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say I'm trying to think of who might. Greg might. Sawyer might. I don't know if McCoy would. There's a couple of them.
Well, I don't know, man. Anyway, well, we did it. We got a good.
We made it.
Hour 15. Hour 15 minutes. It look like.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. So it's 8:19. So I'm not gonna keep you. So before you get in trouble.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. So you still got to get there.
Across the street though. We good.
Okay,
we good money.
Right,
I got this. I can walk if I have to. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at all.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Man, good skills to Ross.
Yes.
Kick his head off. Body blows, uppercuts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, get him.
Get that win. I'll be standing there like, yeah, second row or first row or whatever it is. I can't remember where the ticket is. I can't.
Oh, yeah, you there, though.
That's I'm in that joint.
Good skills, kick some butt to everybody at the Open. Shout out Kev, Elijah, because Elijah going. Mm-hmm. That'll shake up some things.
I just saw something with Elijah.
Elijah's in Everett. He's in Puerto Rico. He was in. Oh, they're on a TCK winter camp.
Yes, that's
right. The first sneak peek of the first two instructors of the TCK winter camp.
Yeah.
Will be Elijah coming back and Roman Brundle.
Okay. Yeah, I just
Roman's leg exercises are crazy, bro.
Really?
Bro, his warm-ups are crazy. His warm-up is like a lot of cats, like, whole regimen, bro. Like, I'm talking about like a week-long regimen, bro. Like, cats that said they've been working out, that worked out with him, like, that's the reason why his leg. I mean, it's not just his length and his size. He's got dexterity with his leg. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He's one person. It's crazy. Certain people make me want to fight them. Like, it's weird. Roman is one of the people because of his leg. It's just like, yeah.
I fought him once.
I want to challenge the leg.
You want to challenge the leg.
I want to challenge the leg.
But you have to be at the right distance because he knows what he's done. Slap you.
That's you know what? It's funny.
The European kicker is different than the American kicker. Have you ever noticed that?
I do. I noticed Roman and
Zolt. Yeah. Now, if you look at slightly before either one of them, there was a dude from Germany also, Harold Schmidt.
Yes.
Harold had one of them legs like that too. Harold came over to it's Don Rodriguez, Ocean States one year, and just destroyed everybody. Everybody. This was still one overall grands. Because I remember I had lost to Alex Lane, and then Harold slapped Alex, and Harold slapped somebody else, and then Harold slapped Ross. Like, bap, 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 bap. Like, easy win overalls. I was like, man. But their leg is different. Like, it's not it's not wasteful. It's not pick up my leg and just kick. It's I'm lift my leg up. I'm gonna measure. I got you. Now I'm gonna reach out and hit the score. Every kick is the score, or to move a hand to score with number 2. There's a purpose behind every kick, I think.
Nice.
So I mean, that's just my take on the European legs.
Yeah,
they're a little different. Like Connor, even that kid Connor. Like Connor McGlinchey.
Oh yeah.
Bro, his leg is nice.
Yeah,
he's tall. He's got good control.
Super tall.
He understands when to throw his leg. It's not a wasted kick. It's not picking up my leg because I'm taller and I'm just gonna pray that I hit something with my leg. He's really reaching out and he knows where he wants it.
That was my first time seeing him when he was here at the battle. I mean I've seen
videos of him.
Yeah, but that was my first time actually getting a chance to watch him and watch him fight. He's young. And that's because when I watch it, it's like because how he fought with Justin, it was like.
Yes.
But when he was fought Avery, he was focused.
Yes.
When he fought Justin, he was kind of relaxed. Because where's Connor? Is he from Florida?
Connor, I believe, is from Ireland, buddy.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where he's from.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know where. But yeah, so when I saw him fight, it was just kind of like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah,
like,
that first one was like,
the first one was like, okay, all right, I see you. I said, okay. But then the second fight, I'm like,
wait.
What are you doing?
How did you do that? And then
You have a little guy. How are you not controlling him with your leg? You're letting him control the timing. You let him control the pace. You can control the distance. What are you doing?
Yes. You
Exactly.
clarified that with me last week when I was talking about the IQ of fighters and who does what and who throws this. And you were like, bro, I think it's just because of the age. And I looked back and I watched it. I rewatched it and I re-listened. And I was like, bro, he's 100% right. Everybody most of the people that do that are under 25.
Yeah. Because they're used to, they can do whatever they want because of their youth. And the other person who's fighting,
explosive youth,
is doing
speed.
it.
Yeah.
The other person, now when you get into the adult division, we've seen this. We know what you're doing. It's nothing new that you're doing. Like, to you, it's oh, you can't stop this. Like, we've seen this, fam. Move. You're going to get tired, and as soon as you come down heavy, I'm coming at you.
Boop, boop. And I mean, 3 or 4 times.
The first kick you're throwing doesn't mean jack. I'm walking through it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, all right, it is what it is. What's always interesting to me is when a junior comes up and they beat an established fighter, it's because they've been watching that fighter for the last 20 years or whatever it is growing up. And now they have, and the reverse is that, the established fighter's not really paying attention to the young kid. They're just like, okay, blah, blah, blah.
Here comes this young kid.
Yeah, so they're not really paying attention. But then once they get on their radar, it's like, all right, I'm going to break you down, kid, to the point where you don't, because, excuse me, Johnny did that to me both times I fought him, is that I couldn't touch him. He was nowhere close to me, and it would frustrate me to the point where I would have to do something, and he just picked me apart. Because he got me into a place where I'm not
uncomfortable.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Drug you to where you weren't comfortable. That deep water. That wait a minute. Well, I'm not used to this. I hit people.
Moving.
What's
Where
going
you doing?
on?
So in looking back on it as when I got older, it's like, okay, because I did that too. I can't remember who I did. I did it to somebody recently, like 2 years ago when I was fighting. And I just kind of spaced them out. I think it was Jim, actually.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I think it might have been Jim.
At Tony's.
No, at Grand Slam, right? At Sushi's tournament.
Yeah,
and I basically ran through everything, fighting in seniors and 18 plus. And I ended up in grands for both of them. Ended up losing to Kevin. And so I was just like, but prior to that, all the other kids, like Devin, Jim, who else? I can't think of who else I fought there. It was a few other people. I think Lucas. Roberts. Yeah. And so my knowledge is what beat them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was just
Nope,
I seen that. I know what you're going to do with that. Okay, no. And they were kind of like, I have no idea what to do. And I could see it, and it was like, I remember being like that.
I'm playing chess, and you guys are playing checkers.
Yeah, I remember doing that. I remember being in your shoes. Like
how did he just...
how am I missing? And then you get frustrated, and you stand and you don't know what to do, and then pop. I'm moving. Ha, got you. Here it is. So
what's more?
Yeah. Like, how long was he gonna do this? All right. I'm older, so I'm getting a little bothered. But it just becomes from the experience that they have to understand how to move, when to fake, how to position yourself the correct way. It's a lot of things that go into it. It's just you got to figure it out. The more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. The more you come second nature.
The more you do it, the more you watch it, the more you prepare for,
Yeah, it just
we understood that.
Yeah, it's just timing. You end up fighting better when you get later, 28, 29. You have the knowledge that you need. Some kids are like Bailey is a different type of animal. Like he sees it. He already has it. That experience and knowing how to control people and move. He still makes some mistakes. Some young people mistakes. But he has it. He has that mentality. It's like Willie had that as a young fighter. It's different people like that.
Yeah, that's definitely not the norm. But
right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I we watch it all the time. I wonder how many fighters go back and watch tape.
Now, here's the thing: they watch themselves.
No. Do they only watch, do you think they watch the wins or the losses?
Honestly, I think I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they watch both, but I think they watch themselves to justify that they won.
See that? They see that call.
They didn't see that. I didn't see that. They didn't see that. But you're not talking about that. One of the points that you got, the other person scored the side kick before you got the push off. You're not talking about that one.
No. Yeah. I always ask fighters that. Like, hey, do you watch tape? Do you watch videos? Do you watch yourself? Do you watch your wins? Do you watch your losses? After you lose, do you watch that other person, and do you watch that person who you lost to versus the next 3 fighters? Do you watch the next 3 fights of the division to watch what adjustments they make?
Or did you watch the other person that they beat, and how they beat that person, like, and then watch that person's problems.
So what you do to A, you can also do to B, but you have to do this in order to make that work, because he did it to him, and you're better at that. But you lost to him. You know what I mean?
You watch B and see what they did to score on A, because you lost to A, but you watching B give that A a better fight. What's going on here? What's different? Like, how are you really? One of the people I know who really watches a lot of tape is Ross. Ross watched a ton of tape. And he got it from Jotty.
I was going to say, where he got it from.
He got it from Jotty.
And you know where Jotty got it from.
Yeah, exactly. Jotty was, I remember Jotty always been at our karate school. But, yeah, he's always be down there. But, so I think a lot of people watch themselves. They don't necessarily watch other people.
I think they watch themselves, and they watch, like, 2 or 3 other people.
Yeah, they watch other people that they're trying to beat, as opposed to watching fighters
who beat them and how to.
No, like, you can take something from somebody who's a lightweight and you're a heavyweight.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But they're not watching a lightweight fight. They're not watching a light middleweight fight. They're only watching people in their division. So therefore, you know what you end up getting? You get a person who is a divisional challenger,
right?
Not a grand champion challenger, but a divisional challenger.
And they'll occasionally win that division,
yeah,
but they'll lose to the light heavyweight, or they'll lose to the middleweight, or or the super lightweight.
Right. And then the next 3 tournaments, they don't get out the division. And they're trying to get out the division. It's like, okay, you haven't prepared. I remember when I would train by myself, I would have videos just playing. And I had a folder of videos playing. I'm doing my drills while watching that person, watching Trevor versus Raymond, or watching Ross versus Jack. It didn't matter who's fighting. I just see somebody's fight, and whoever came on there, I'm fighting both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm spacing myself, thinking I'm fighting that particular person, and trying to beat that person, thinking like, all right, this is what I do. I got to do this.
Training by yourself.
Oh, man. Look, man, DC didn't have a lot of people in there for me to train with.
No. In my area, now Florida had a ton of people to train with, and I had a lot of people, but I had to go an hour out, or people had to come an hour to me. So there were every day. Yeah. We got 2 Sundays a month, or one Saturday over here, one Sunday over here, one Thursday over there. But I did the same thing in my garage or at my instructor school me and my instructor for forever. But that's a whole different animal. That gets you into a different thought process.
It takes a lot of discipline. Because nobody's watching you.
Nope.
Because
it's easy to sit out when you're tired.
When when I was in Detroit, I got Uncle, I got Ski, Willie, Jermon. You know what I mean? I got this is a stable of people. We fighting on Friday nights. When I moved to DC and I'm by myself, I'm like, all right, well, I got to train, so I got to do 2 workouts. I got to do this, I got to do that, because I know the other people doing it. And so it was kind of like,
you didn't hit up anybody in that area. There was like nobody. I don't know.
Stop and think about it. Who?
Harry. That's all I got. Dio Campo, them dudes, I think they're in like Maryland, Virginia. I mean, Maryland's kind of far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the people I would have to go train with.
Gerald and them, but that would have been back then. That'd have been far though.
Yeah, training with Gerald and them. Cam at that point was a kid.
Yeah.
Jarrell was barely fighting. Gerald wasn't really training or fighting like that, so it was like not going up there. So then I would have to go train with Mike Tall. I would go train with them. But it was like some of their students aren't the greatest, so therefore it's not like I'm fighting with the same level.
Right calibers.
Yeah. So it was like, all right, but I need warm bodies. So
right. You gotta go. You gotta push.
I gotta
shows up.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's not.
Because I remember, dang, I can't remember his name right now. I remember because Sundays they would go train, they would spar. Because I had to go find somewhere. So Thursdays and Sundays I would spar. And then I remember there was this one guy when I first came out there. He said, "You know what? You are a lot different." Because he was like, "Yo, when we first sparred, I was touching you. I can get close every now and then. I get a blitz. I can't hit you now." I'm like, "Yeah, because now it's a completely different. Because the way I'm training, you guys aren't anywhere close to the way I'm training.
No.
And now I finally figured out my regimen of how I can train in order to compete out here by myself. Because first I'm used to doing everything with
people.
Yeah, like then
follow the bouncing pad, baby.
Yeah, like now I can't do that. I had all kind of stuff in my apartment, like trying to.
Bro, listen, you can look around right now at this dojo. A lot of this stuff and back rooms and all that stuff I brought with me because I have weights and bungees and chest vests and harnesses and sleds and parachutes and agility cones and ladders and all kinds of nonsense because you got to figure it out. Mm-hmm. You got to figure it out. Yep. But we figured it out, made it work. And that's the way life goes.
We got up to an hour and a half. So we're gonna end this now. So Chris can go ahead across the streets, 8:34. Anything else you guys want to say? Good luck to everybody going to the U.S. Open. Good luck to
travel safe.
Ross for Glory 67. We got any other tournaments going on?
Much glory, man. What? Nah, I'm good. That's it for me. I'm 4th of July. Everybody have a safe, happy 4th of July. Don't blow your hands off. Be safe out there.
Yeah,
don't start no fires. Don't do that.
Don't burn your hands off. Like that's we got to tell people that.
But listen, you do. Remember your man from the NFL a couple years ago blew like 3 fingers off, man.
That's insane. But we got to tell people don't.
All right, y'all. Be smart and be safe. If you're not smart, have some smart friends around you.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
All right, peace.